got my passport, got my ACE cover sheet. So this is Flying J in London. I stopped here to get DEF. I was getting low. And of course here they have DEF at the pump, which is always cheaper and much less headaches than if you want to buy one of those big containers and fill it up, especially in this weather. We had a white Christmas, but looks like we're gonna have a wet New Year. It snowed a couple of days ago in Cambridge, so I came back today, Wednesday, December 30th, 30.
In 300 meters, turn right onto Highbury Avenue South North.
I came to my yard to check on the truck, and there was like a lot of snow. I even had to knock off some ice because I did not fully connect the neck to the trailer, right? So the truck was just sitting slightly away, and because of all these temperature changes, the snow turned into ice, and there was like probably an inch of ice on those metal plates where the legs of the neck, you know, supposed to go. And so I hooked up, and then I tried to raise the trailer. Okay, it goes up. Well, the guy has a flat tire. But then when I try to push in that, you know, lock pin, it wouldn't go. And I checked the position in the back. The legs are as far as they can go, you know, those support legs at the bottom, right? But then I noticed that they were too high from the trailer, and a lot of ice, so I had to separate, moved forward a bit, and then I grabbed my baseball bat that I use for tires. I probably spent 10 minutes cleaning that ice, and then I was able to connect.
In 600 meters, take the Ontario 401 West exit toward Windsor.
And then my phone rings, and the guy's voice says, returning your message, you called me, you left me a message yesterday about my load from Ohio to Ontario. I said, yes, sir. He says, if you can give me a quote, I'll talk to the customer, but this probably will load after January 1st, maybe Monday. I said, okay, no problemo. So I gave him a quote, and he texts me back and he says, well, the customer has another potential carrier, and so he says, if you want to have this load, we need to reduce the rate to this amount. And I looked at it, I said, okay, I can do that if you pay me, you know, as soon as I deliver. And he said, yeah.
Ontario 401 West exit.
He says, normally we pay within 15 days, but he says, we're gonna pay you right after delivery. Just send us your invoice
for 6 kilometers.
Promptly. I said, okay. So basically this is the first time I'm working with this broker, and he's from Canada, so I'm not gonna I don't have to spend anything on the factoring because he's supposed to pay, you know, pretty fast. And so I stopped here, yeah, to get DEF, and I saw he sent me the rate confirmation. And so after I got my DEF, I parked and I signed the rate con, and I emailed back to him. And I said, I'm gonna cross into US today. And I said, I'm gonna spend the holiday in the States, and then I'm gonna load Monday in Ohio. Which is perfect, because I also got word finally from BBK Performance that my replacement 85mm throttle body. Remember, they sent me 90mm model. I could not make that one work, and so I sent it back. And then instead of a refund, I asked him for a slightly smaller 85mm model, and I know that one works. I had that one on my Mustang. Ford Mustang V6 also comes with an 80mm from the factory, and then I hooked up 85 and didn't have any issues. So I hope that my Challenger will, will work with it as well, because the factory one is 80mm, so it doesn't seem like much, 5mm diameter difference, but it gives you approximately 6 square centimeters, or 60 square millimeters, I think. No, wait, 6 square, probably 600. Yeah, like 600 square millimeters. So it's quite an extra chunk of space for the air to come into the engine. So I know this stuff works. Like I said, I had it before. And these guys, the BBK, just sent me, I said, so what's happening? Last time I talked to you was a week ago. You tried to send that 85mm body by USPS, and I told you it's not gonna work. And the guy says, okay, cancel, we're gonna ship by UPS. And that was like 1 week ago. So I said, so what's happening? He said, oh, here's your tracking number. It's already sitting there at the post office at UPS in Michigan. And so now I had to scramble, because of course, when you have something for a pickup at UPS or FedEx, they usually give you 5 business days. And when I tracked my package, it showed that it was delivered on Christmas Eve, on December 24th. And I talked to UPS. They're telling me that the last day I can pick up the package is January 4th, Monday.
In 600 meters, keep right forward to continue on Ontario 402 West. Follow signs for Sunday.
And I guess because of the COVID-19 again, this particular location is only open half of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And so today is Wednesday, so it's perfect. So I'm gonna go there, pick up the package, and then shut down somewhere there and find a place to park, and maybe go to a hotel and spend the celebrate the new year in the States, and then load Monday in Ohio. So I was debating whether to bring my Jeep, but this thing is just a tad over 100,000 pounds, and Ohio allows up to 50,000 pounds on a tandem. And right now my trailer is set up as 2+2. So in theory I can get 96,000 pounds on the back, because my axles are not 25, they're 23. So 23 is 46. So I can get 46 per tandem. So I mean 92, right? So 92, which is And then they allow maximum 60 on the tridem and 20 on the steer axle. That should be enough. So I'll have the Jeep at home. Just gonna move this on 8 axles with a booster, and I'm gonna be using the long neck. Otherwise the truck will be overloaded. But I know with the long neck, it balances perfectly because the truck is far away from the trailer. So it's a similar excavator to what I hauled from, I think it was Ohio. In the beginning of the year, I think. It was a big 100,000 pound John Deere. And then when I brought it across the border, they changed their mind and they said it has to go back, and so I ended up taking it back. But back then I didn't have the booster. So now I have the booster. And I was working on a couple of loads. I had a couple of leads, but all of them, you know, I was trying to find something this week, right? Monday, Tuesday. And all of them were getting pushed back to the week of January 4th. I got one interesting load in Quebec I can do. But again, that's, the guy says January 4th. But of course now I cannot do it on January 4th. But that one is not booked. But the rate is very good. And I told the guy I'm interested. So hopefully he'll get back to me by the time I do this one. So yeah, this will be my load number 4 in December. Well, actually, I booked it in December, right? But I'm not gonna get paid until after I deliver. And if I'm loading on January 4th, you know, it's a big load, so I'll probably just order Ohio permit to begin with. Actually, wait a second. There's only Ohio, Michigan, and then Ontario. Yeah, I'll probably order Ohio and Michigan, like approximately for maximum weight. And I will need to order Ontario because my annual permit is not good for this one. This is too heavy. Even with a Jeep, even with a tandem Jeep, my annual permit only covers me up to about 98,000 pounds. And so yeah, this load is it's perfect. So it allows me to pick up my package at the post office in Michigan, and it'll give me more money to pay towards my new flip axle, right, that's sitting in New Jersey. So I'll be able to make a second payment, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not in a rush to get that axle, and the dealer said, yeah, take your time. They just didn't want to give me the axle before I paid all the money. And so as long as the axle sits there, so they kind of like, they have the collateral, right? And I already sent them 2,500 US. So I'll need that one sometime at the end of February, March, when spring restrictions come into effect in Western Canada and many US states. So that's when that axle should be worth its weight in gold. it's gonna add one more plate, one more requirement for annual inspection. It's gonna be real confusing for border crossing personnel, because now that axle is considered a trailer. So now I will have a Jeep tandem trailer, flip axle 1, flip axle 2, flip axle 3. So 5 trailers, 5 plates besides the truck. Oh my. And so yeah, the weird weather is that when I started driving from Cambridge, it was +1, right? 33F. And then it started raining really bad. You see it's raining now. And I've been watching the temperature because I was afraid it would start dropping, but instead it started climbing. So now it's +3 Celsius. Well, it feels almost like Florida, except people from Florida would be confused by that white stuff on the side of the road, like, what the heck is that? Yeah, that's kind of like foam from a big soap that got frozen. So what else was happening? Yeah, I had a very nice time in Niagara-on-the-Lake, and then I went for a couple of days to Niagara Falls, where I did that video about the Festival of Lights. It was freezing, but I really enjoyed taking those pictures of those illuminations, you know. It was beautiful. And then I went back. I came Monday. I drove back in my car to Cambridge and went to another hotel for 2 more nights. Yeah, so Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, today's Wednesday, so today I checked out and didn't even think the guy would call me back. All of a sudden he calls me back and things start happening. All of a sudden I have a load. And hopefully I'll work with him again in the future, because he's from Ontario. And you know, because I'm not subscribed to the Canadian load board, sometimes it's difficult for me to find a load from Canada, or even from US to Canada. So it's good to have a couple of Canada-based brokers. Now there were a couple of more interesting loads. There's one from Arkansas going to Alberta, which a friend of mine from Landstar told me about. He says, hey, this one is paying so much. And I go to my load board, there's no rate. And so I email the guy, but it says Landstar. So I email the guy, I say, hey, what's your budget? He gives me a number which is approximately 25% less than what my friend told me he saw it. He saw it posted at that rate on Landstar. So this one now it's like 25% less. And I said, I thought you posted it for that amount on the Landstar internal load board. But yeah, I know that I'm not a BCO. I'm an independent carrier, so I know the price is different. But still, why such a big spread? And he says, yeah, well, the Landstar booked that load for that amount, but they said now the customer is not willing to pay more than what he told me, which makes no sense. Like, how can you book a load and then the guy says, no, I don't want to pay that much? So he was playing some games, basically. And then I see all of a sudden not just Landstar, but a bunch of other guys have the same load, because I see the name of the town in Arkansas is the same, and the name of the town in Western Canada is the same, and they're all lowballing. The rate is even less than what the Landstar guy told me. You know, it's a lot of miles, so you cannot do it for cheap. And then the second interesting load I found was actually from Canada, from my part of Canada going to Western Canada, you know, and the weight was okay, not too heavy, but I still need to bring the Jeep. And again, that one got postponed until after New Year's Day. And I told the guy I'm interested. So basically, yeah, if I play my cards right, so I can do that one from Quebec, and then I can come back and I can do this one to BC. I don't know. But first I have to do this one. So, and goal minimum for today is just to be at UPS before 6 o'clock, and time now is only 2, and I'm 74 kilometers, 45 miles away from the border. This guy passes me and then he starts to slow down. I hate when I do that. I'm just driving very slow, so 91 kilometers an hour, 56 miles per hour. My RPM is 1320. Of course, driving in 8 high or gear 18. Because I have 4 days till my loading. And I have just over, I have probably 65% of fuel. So I'm gonna fill up in Port Huron. Last time diesel was $2.35 a gallon. Yeah, hopefully it did not go up more. So that's what's happening now. You're up to date. Captain Sergei is back in the trucking game, making money. Canada is no fun. Again, everything is on lockdown. Ontario is locked down. You have nowhere to sit. All coffee shops are takeout only. All restaurants are takeout only. I don't like that. +4 Celsius. Crazy weather. But it makes me feel better because the farther away we are from zero, the better. Because I can see how this highway is very dangerous in winter because there's a lot of open spaces here. Like, okay, here we have the trees, right? But then there'll be quite a few spots where there's an open field here, and usually over here it's very windy. So this is highway 402 between London and Port Huron, and so quite often you would have some, you know, wind, blow snow over the highway. And I remember once it was the highway was closed like for 3 days. It was so much snow here, and people got stuck. There was like a huge lineup of trucks, cars, you know, so no washrooms, no water, no nothing. And people were sitting here for 3 days. So that's why I'm saying that this highway can be pretty treacherous in winter. So the plan is to get out of here and enter US before this mess turns into freezing rain. My brother is still in the south of Russia at a ski resort called Dombai, D-O-M-B-A-I, Dombai. It's at the very bottom of Russia next to Georgia. And yeah, he uploaded a couple of videos, and it's the real deal, you know, like a real ski resort with all these gondolas, you know, escalators, and very steep grades. Before the holidays he was paying about $60 US per night for a nice hotel, and about $20 a day for the lifts, for the elevators or gondolas, whatever they're called, which is cheaper than in Canada or US, I'm pretty sure. Going to install this throttle body on my Challenger when I get back, and we'll do another video about that. Looking forward to some horsepower and torque improvements. Well, not so much horsepower, but mostly throttle response. The throttle response, you see this? Open field here, open field there. So this is like a vacuum tube over here in winter, with winds so strong sometimes, you know, they can flip you over. And they bring a lot of snow from the field, even though there's no snow in the air, like it's not snowing. But when there's a lot of snow in the ditch and on the field here, it's hard to see anything, you know, when it's windy, because it'll be all over here. So as you can see, they have no protection from the snow. On this side, it's all wide open. Whereas in, let's say, where did I see this? Wisconsin, Montana. In places like this, they would install special fences, like a special fence with white boards that stops the snow. You know, that stop the snow from coming on the highway. But here, I'm not sure why they didn't do that. Well, I made it to the bridge, paid the toll, and changed my tablet. And I marked my odometer for US when I enter Michigan, because it's right at the top of the bridge. Oh, now it's +5, which is 41F. But it's still drizzling slightly. Okay, so now we're going above the, what is it, St. Clair River, I think it's called, St. Clair.
400 meters, continue on the Boulevard Bridge West.
Welcome to Michigan.
2 kilometers. Welcome to the United States of America.
I cannot tell you how many times I crossed this bridge back and forth. This is probably the most frequent crossing for me. The only other one I use as often as this one maybe is Buffalo, the Peace Bridge. This is Blue Water Bridge. So I left Sarnia, Ontario. Now I'm in Port Huron, Michigan. All right, let's get ready to rumble. Well, just picked up my little package here. Let's see, what's the difference? Will I notice the difference from that one? So that one was 90 millimeters. This should be 85. And I also want to make sure they send me the correct okay, this is a packing slip. Item 1842. Yeah, okay, so that one was like 1841, and it says, yep, 2013-2020 Hemi throttle body, 85 millimeters. And inside is just the box, looks like this. BBK Performance. Oh, it's actually sealed. I like that. Oh, it's all sealed. Check this out. So the box was sealed, and the thing inside and there's some stickers. Oh, I think last time, I don't remember if they sent me the stickers last time. Nice. Okay, urgent. Read before installation. What is this? Due to sensitivity with modern electronic throttle control, throttle bodies, and no physical adjustment, it's important to closely follow the installation instructions and video located at their website. In addition to these informative but anyway, so I guess it's because, you know, they knew that I had trouble, right? I had trouble with that one. So yeah, you see, like the thing is that nowadays there's no wires, right? It's all electronic, and that's why it's super important that when you install this, oh wow, this is a beaut. Wow. See, it has this BBK logo here. Yeah, I think this one should work much better than the previous one. It's much smaller, so the holes will go, the intake tube will go right in. And after the problems I had with that one, they sent me more detailed instructions on how to synchronize it with the car. So I'll make sure I'm following those instructions. So I'm gonna install it. Once I'm back in Canada. All right. Now we can. The next stop is Marathon Gas. And that's it. I worked super hard today. Drove 2 hours to to the border. So tomorrow is the last day of the year, right? Today is December 30th. Tomorrow is, okay, check engine light, see? Now no more trouble, but I still have issues. I still have to fix this TC ABS thing. Not sure what's going on. So this is the UPS.
100 meters, turn right onto 16th Street.
And ask him,
Right onto 16th Street, then turn right onto Electric Avenue.
I asked him, I said, why are you open only 3 days a week? Monday through Wednesday. So today's the last day when they open. I said, is this because of COVID-19? And they said no. The guy looked at me like kind of like with a surprise. He says, no, it's not because of COVID, it's because of the New Year holiday. I'm like, ah. But what's surprising is that they're closed tomorrow, which is still just 31st. And he says after that they're gonna open like normally, is 5 days a week. And those big stacks, those smokestacks, that's Canada.
Take the next right onto Electric Avenue.
Believe it or not, because there's a river in there. So there's one stop sign and there's a second stop sign. But this is a one-way road. So it's 94 business. Right? It goes.
Continue for 3 kilometers.
So over here we have 2 lanes going this way, going west, and over there there's 2 lanes going east. And right after that, behind these buildings, there's the river, St. Clair River, and Canada is on the other side. So I'm very close. Yeah, you can see here. See, that's the river to my left. So these people here that they live here, they can see Canada from the top of from the top floor. And it's only 3:18, 18 minutes past 3, and it's already looks like it's getting dark. So this is Port Huron, Michigan, United States of America. Oh, there's a ship on the other side. So yeah, that's Canada. That's big electric plant or something in there. see this green sign? It says Business 94 West. So this is the best way to get from that UPS to my truck stop. And there's a new one now, like the another exit after from 94. Like the one I'm going to, it's this small truck stop, right, with maybe, I don't know, 10 spots for trucks. But I like it that it has a Meijer across the street. And the actual town is called, yeah, you see this? Marysville. Marysville with a Y. Marysville, Michigan. But I like this little truck stop because the fuel is cheap. Usually it's much better price than anywhere else in Michigan. And across the street they have the Meijer, where I go to buy food, and they have Starbucks inside there. It's like, you cannot beat this combination: cheap fuel, groceries, and Starbucks. And easy parking. There's always parking there. But the new one now, there's a new one, Love's, at the next exit of 94. But I don't, that one is pretty big. I like that one. I can park even with the oversized load. I like that. And and I like their coffee. I think Love's coffee is pretty good, just like Pilot's. What I don't like about that Love's is the fuel. A couple of times I got in trouble after buying fuel from Love's. You know, my filters would start showing lots of restriction. I just don't like it, so I stopped fueling at Love's, even though the prices are quite okay. Usually they're cheaper than Pilot's prices, or just the quality. The quality is awful. But if I'm just looking for parking with a big load, if I was loaded right now, I would go to that Love's, because it's a much bigger place, and like I said, good coffee, and they have lots of snacks and food inside. But for now I'm not loaded, so I'm just going to this Marathon over here. And tomorrow maybe I'll drop the trailer. I come to this there's a McDonald's over here. I hope they still have my beef patties in stock. Yeah, here's the McDonald's. I don't think the sitting area is open. I think you can just go in and order, or you can go through the drive-through, but you cannot sit inside. And so since now I'm in the States, so I can use my Verizon phone for internet, and then I can watch some Netflix. And cool thing about Netflix in US is that the selection of movies is different from what I see in Canada. You know, even if I'm here but I'm using my Rogers AT&T phone, Netflix
400 meters, turn left onto Isabel Avenue.
Netflix only shows me Canadian content, because they still somehow, I don't know, even though the phone is using AT&T here, but because it's a Canadian phone, they don't want to show me US content. But as soon as I switch on my
Take the next right, then your destination will be on the right.
Verizon phone, I see right away that things change, and I see different movies, and the selection is way better.
Take the next right,
Yeah.
then turn right. Take the next right, then your destination will be on the left.
Shoot. I'm too far from the grass. I hate this axle sometimes, you know? It starts folding. I try to bring the...
Destination is on the left.
Shut up. I'm trying to bring the rear closer. We'll try it from this end. what's cool about the 2+2 is that it doesn't wanna, it does not turn as easily as 3+1. So sometimes you see right now I'm backing, right? Okay, now it starts. Okay, I'm gonna go like this. Perfect, that's what I wanted. I'm right next to the curb, so there's still space for people to come in and leave, and I'm parked like this, pretty much parallel to this guy. Oh, look at this. This guy has brand new Ram 1500. Nice rims. So he has 5, 4, 6. You have 6 brand new Ram 1500s with different cabs, crew cab, and then this one has smaller doors in the back. But this guy is so low. Look at this. He went over the grass and he's pretty much touching the rock, the curb. Anyway, I should be okay here. So I'm gonna fuel tomorrow. I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do. Shall I, you know, where I'm spending the new year, because I got the confirmation, right? I signed it, sent it back. Everything is cool, but I still need more information about the shipper. But I got everything from the broker, you know, for what I need. Okay, let me just switch to off duty. Okay, it's all signed. Cool. Let me just see how far I am from the place where I'm supposed to go in Ohio. So I'm Port Huron, and the place where I'm going, oh wow, it's not that close. It's 390 kilometers into Ohio. So basically I can even stay here all the way till Sunday, you know, and then Sunday I can leave. So it's 400 kilometers, which is what, 240 miles. So I'll do it in 4 hours, and I'll find a truck stop. I'll find a truck stop somewhere. Check how many axles these guys have. 3-axle truck, 5-axle trailer. 3-axle truck, 3-axle trailer. And this street, it's so dangerous, because I always wonder, you know, well, before I used to wonder why they drive so fast, because there's a set of lights in here, but people are like killing each other. They're honking at because somebody would slow down to turn in there. You see, like that van is turning into the Maya's parking lot, and these guys are going nuts. They start honking, pass on the shoulder if there's not enough room there. And then I noticed one interesting thing, like just slightly further down over there, there's a sign. Oh wow, check out this guy. Peterbilt 3-axle truck, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 8-axle trailer. Some kind of a special tanker kind of thing. Yeah, and the Ram I had before, they don't have what I had. I had a basic cab, you know, just with 2 doors. Very few people buy trucks like that nowadays. Everybody buys. I find that the most popular is that one, like that, a red or the silver, like full-size doors on each side. Or you see, like, whereas this one, the rear doors are smaller. I keep mixing them up. I think one is called Crew, the other one is called something else. But if I was buying a Ram again, I would definitely go for that one, because that's what people look for when they, you know, when it's time for you to sell the truck. It would be much easier to sell a truck like that with 4 full-size doors, as opposed to that one, or like regular cab, what I had, basic cab. Yeah, nice looking trucks. Except now, you know, I'm not so sure I can go back to 5.7 V8, because I'm spoiled by my 6.4. It has so much torque, so much horsepower. I really love that car, you know. It's super nice, and hopefully now with the throttle body, with this throttle body, it will be. Did you see the spread on that thing? That had a 3-axle tanker trailer, but the spread was like looked like 10-1 between each axle. So it's like this Michigan here, right? Especially when the spring restrictions start. Geez, you will see all kinds of axles here, like a trailer with 20 axles, you know, 40 axles, and all the axles are kind of like this one. See, like this tanker, look at the axles. And yeah, there'll be trailers with axles that just barely almost touching each other, you know, they're so close, so they put as many axles as possible. I guess those are the rules here for spring restriction, if you want to haul, you know, heavy loads. So this is it, that's what's happening. So maybe I'll do another video before the end of the year. So today is December 30th, so I still have one more day to upload something fun. I don't know, we'll see. So happy holidays, check back later. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your coming weekend and the coming holidays. Captain out.